Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, One Piece, Awakening the Gojo Satoru Template and Becoming the Fifth Emperor. Chapter 1. In 1519, a small boat that could only accommodate a few people in the East China Sea drifted with the waves in the sea. A skeleton flag flies on board, and there is no doubt that it is a pirate ship. A man in a black uniform was leisurely half lying on the boat. He has striking white hair and black blindfolds over his eyes. Since the boat is not large, the man's hands can be placed on either side of the boat, his back against the boat, and his head thrown back. No matter how rough the waves were, he was unmoved. The splashing sea water fell on him, as if he had also encountered an invisible obstacle. This man is Gojo, and this world is the world of One Piece, and Gojo came to this world inexplicably a few days ago. Thinking about what it would be like to come to this world when he first arrived, Gojo can definitely say that he will never forget. Others can still land and develop when they cross, but he doesn't even fall to the ground, so he falls into the sea first. In the original world, he was just an ordinary college student. No matter how good he swam, it was impossible to swim ashore from the endless sea. But fortunately, just when he was desperate, he awakened the system. Sure enough, the system will still take care of the traverser. The starter pack at the beginning of the game was directly given to him, and the spell returned to the ceiling of the battle power in the battle, the template of Gojo, and directly filled the progress bar. In the end, the system was also very user-friendly, giving a small boat and a pirate flag. This is to make him a pirate rhythm. However, as a pirate fan, I came to the pirate world. If I don't make a name for myself at sea, how can I be worthy of the name of a traverser? Since you want to be a pirate, then be the pinnacle pirate on the sea. According to the system, there is still a year left before Luffy goes to sea. There are still 4 emperors on the sea during this time period, so be the 5th. Well, it turned out to be a pirate ship. Although wearing an eye patch, Gojo has 6 eyes, 360-degree vision without dead angles, and can be seen behind the back, even if he wears an eye patch. So it's easy to spot pirate ships in the distance. Ha ha ha. Since you are a pirate, you must have a lot of money. You guys will contribute some startup capital to the future 5th Emperor. At this time, a small pirate on the pirate ship on the opposite side reported, "Captain, a small boat has been found ahead. Do we want to deal with him?" Quote, "Oh, although this boat is small, no matter how small the mosquito is, it is meat, do him." The bald captain of this pirate ship said coldly. "Okay, brothers come to life. Copy guys." The little pirate immediately beckoned his companion. The pirate ship, under the orders of the bald captain, accelerated towards Gojo. "Oh, he came to me very confidently, but it was just right," Gojo said indifferently. "Ha ha ha, little ones. Give me a shot at someone. Don't break the boat, it's all money." Quote. On the pirate ship, within range of Gojo's entry, the bald captain arrogantly ordered. Bang, bang, bang. Quote. One bullet after another, it came at Gojo. The words of the infinite limit technique, without any emotion, came out of the mouth of Gojo. All the bullets that were fired at him seemed to have encountered some invisible barrier, all stopped in front of him, unable to advance until they finally landed on the ship's board. What? How is that possible? Seeing this strange scene, at this moment, the bald captain and his crew no longer had the calmness they had just now. Everyone stared at him stunned, forgetting to shoot. Is that the end of it? Don't fight anymore, huh? With that, Gojo jumped up from the ship and stopped in the air. How is it possible? How can he fly? Quote, "This is the weakest East China Sea. Where have they seen people who can fly?" Gojo wears a black blindfold and his white hair flutters in the wind. "Captain, he is blindfolded, as if he is blind." Blind. The bald captain came back to his senses and found that the other party was indeed wearing an eye patch. But this did not make him relax, but more frightened. Because he can accurately judge the direction without relying on vision, all he can think of is to see and smell domineering. Although the East China Sea is the weakest sea, the bald captain has traveled to other seas, and he has seen it, and he will use domineering strongmen. Knowing that domineering is not something that ordinary people can learn, and people who can be domineering are not something that a group of pirates like them who are not in the flow can deal with. "What are you?" The bald captain knew that they were no opponents, but he still bent on and questioned Gojo. "Is this your pirate ship?" Gojo didn't answer his question, but instead asked one, obvious. Ha, isn't this nonsense? Is this ship not ours, is it yours? A little minion scoffed. Ah, it's yours, but now that the ship belongs to me, I order you to stay. Ha ha ha, he said the ship was his. Ridiculous, he still wants to rob our boat. ... Although Gojo Goku could fly, which surprised these little minions, they did not feel how strong the opponent they were facing was. Shut me up. The bald captain was different. He already knew that this was an opponent to be provoked. Listening to the taunts of his subordinates, he quickly stopped it. Bang! A figure flew out upside down, interrupting what he was about to say. It was Gojo Gogo who activated. Kang teleported directly to the ship and punched a pirate. Kang is a means of attack, with Kang as the center of the ready-made attraction. The maximum output can reach negative infinity, which is similar to a small black hole. Teleportation is a derivative use of Kang. The principle is to compress the distance between the start and end points to achieve the effect of teleportation. Bang, bang, bang. Gojo launched the Kang in a row, constantly knocking down the pirates. More than 10 seconds later, the people of this pirate group, including the bald captain, were all lying on the deck in pain, letting out a burst of wailing. Although it is easy to kill them all, such a large ship needs someone to steer. Gojo controlled the strength to the extent that it did not hurt their lives, and fell to the ground one by one. Walked up to the bald captain and grinned at him. Who does this ship belong to now? It's yours. It's yours. The bald captain trembled. Please release us. Everything on this ship is yours. Don't worry, I won't kill you. As a price, you will sail for me. Of course, this is no problem at all. Thank you for not killing. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, my lord. The pirates kowtowed to Gojo. Hurry up, Gojo said. Clean up the ship, and hang my pirate flag on this ship. Okay, my lord. That's it. Wait, are all the people on your ship here? Gojo asked suddenly. It's all here, my lord. Looking around, the bald captain replied. Oh, that's interesting, there is actually one more person on this ship. So it turned out to be her. Gojo. Goku didn't expect that robbing a pirate ship would meet an important person in the original work. Chapter 2. My name is Nami, nicknamed Little Thief Cat, and today I have a lot of luck. Ben thought of taking something valuable on this pirate ship, but he didn't expect that this pirate ship actually went to sea. Escaping at sea in broad daylight will definitely be captured by them. Luckily, they got into a fight, and I was able to escape. But alas, the battle ended quickly, and her ideas were doomed to fail. So, Gojo activated, and came behind Nami in an instant. Hey, what are you doing? Who? The voice suddenly came from behind her, and Nami turned sharply in fright. Looking at the white-haired man wearing a black blindfold in front of her, Nami was left in a cold sweat. She swore that when she entered the room, she had made sure that there was no one in the room. After all, her title of Thief Cat is not called in vain, and it is impossible to make such a mistake. And the door that entered the room was only the one behind him. The man in front of him definitely didn't come in through this door. No matter how he got in, this man is extraordinary. Am I going to die here today? I'm sorry, everyone in Kokoja village. Are you stealing? Gojo asked again. What do you do again? Nami plucked up the courage to ask rhetorically. I am interested in the treasure on this ship as much as your purpose. Since we are peers, how about we work together and divide the treasures equally? Since he also came to steal, then pretend to cooperate with him, and when he gets off the ship, he dumps him and lets him share equally with the heir. Want the treasure of my little thief cat? There is no door. Nami thinks Gojo is also here to steal. Your proposal is great, but, Gojo said after a pause, I refuse. Why? If we cooperate, it will be easier to get out of here. Just now, the owner of these treasures has given me all the treasures. Why should I steal my own treasure? Gojo tilted his head. How is it possible to give it to you? Could it be? Nami suddenly flashed a terrifying guess. Have all the pirates on this ship been defeated by him? If so, then I can't be an opponent. I'm sorry, big brother. I didn't know that the treasure had changed owners. Come, big brother, you take it. Nami handed over the treasure knowingly. Being able to flex and stretch is my stealing path. Gojo took it and casually threw it aside, as if he didn't care at all. Ding. Meet Nami, an important character in the original book, and trigger the mission. As a pirate, how can you be unknown? Follow Nami, kill Eren, mission reward, random reward. Quote. I didn't expect the system to send tasks, what will be the reward? Then try it, just kill Eren anyway. It's just a small character that the protagonist of the original book wants to defeat. You stole my things, what should I do with you? Saying that, he made a thoughtful look. I didn't know it was your stuff, and if I did, I wouldn't have taken it. For my unawares sake, you have a lot of adults, let me go. Quote. Bah, return your things, it's not a robbery, it's really shameless. Although she thought so in her heart, Nami did not show it at all. Do you know about the evil dragon pirates? No, what's wrong? Quote. Oh, if you can take me to them, I'll let you go, how? What are you looking for them for? Is he going to join the evil dragon pirates? The long one is quite handsome, but he wants to join them. I heard that they are calling the wind and rain in the East China Sea, and I want to see if they are really strong. It turns out that they are in trouble, it is better to be able to die together. However, the power of the fish people is not something that ordinary people can overcome. None of my business anyway. It's best to die. Good, I'll take you, and when the time comes, you will release me. Ha ha ha, deal, quote. A few days later, under Nami's guidance, he came to the village of Kokoja. Sir, are we really going to find trouble with the evil dragon pirates? They're not very easy to mess with. Quote. The bald captain was very apprehensive. No, it was Karat, and now he is no longer the captain. Don't worry, a group of evil dragon pirates, I don't put it in my eyes yet. Gojo grinned. Don't. Please, let them go, they're just kids. Quote. The pleading voice came from a distance. Something happened in the village. Nami forgot that she was still a hostage, and without greeting, she rushed directly into the village. Hey, what are you running? Run again and I'll shoot. Karat pulled out the gun and shouted at Nami. Stop. Gojo pressed Karat's gun down. Keep up. 2 8 or 9-year-old boys with tears on their faces, holding Noki's thighs and hiding behind. Opposite them, a burly fishman with a jagged nose and a large knife was placed on Nokigao's neck with a hideous face. Are you going to die with them? Along smiled wickedly, a low-level human dares to stone me. There is a price. They are still young and do not understand things, please spare them this time. Nokigao pleaded again. If you don't get out of the way, then die with them. Eren raised his knife and was about to cut it down. Wait a minute, Eren, you release them, I can give you 20 million Bailey. Nami arrived in time and stopped Eren. Although she doesn't have so much money now, Gojo Goku has it. After getting along for the past few days, she found that Gojo was not the bad person she imagined. If you borrow from him, he should borrow it. She didn't think that Gojo could defeat the evil dragon pirates. Because in her cognition, it is impossible for humans to defeat fishmen. Nami, you brought the money back. However, even if you beg me, it is useless, people I want to kill, I also want money. Quote. The lowly human being stoned him, this is a provocation to him, unforgivable. Eren showed a bloodthirsty smile and swung the knife directly. Don't. Nami cried and was about to rush over. But her speed is destined to be unable to keep up with the speed of the knife falling. The sound of, when blades colliding came out, but the imaginary bloody scene did not appear. A man with white hair stopped the knife from falling. It was Gojo Goku who activated Kang, and came to Noki's body in an instant, and blocked Eren's knife with his hand. What? Eren and his group of evil dragon pirates, as well as everyone else present, all watched this sudden change. What are you? Are you going to be nosy? Seeing that the knife could not be cut, Eren withdrew the knife and asked. My name is Gojo, you just made my friend cry. Friends. Nami wiped her tears and muttered. Ah, it's a friend, I treat you as a friend, don't you treat me as a friend. It's really sad. Gojo said deliberately in a frustrated tone. I haven't seen a friend who threatens a friend. Nami broke into a smile. Do you need me to beat them up for you? May I please you? Of course. Please help me beat them up. Nami said. As you wish. Chapter 3. As you wish. Gojo ignored Eren next to him and agreed to Nami's request, as if defeating Eren was easy. Abominable boy, didn't put me in his eyes at all. What a death seeker. An angry voice came from the side, and then the knife swung over, suddenly slashing at Gojo. Gojo looked at the knife that had been cut motionless, and those who didn't know thought he was scared stupid. Dang, what? Just now he couldn't cut his arm, and Eren thought that Gojo was wearing some kind of protective gear on his hand, so this time he slashed directly at his neck. But that doesn't do much. Could it be that his body, like my nose, is invulnerable? How is that possible? The lower race can't be harder than my nose. Long memory. Wasn't this level of slash used just now? What's going on? Is it the ability of the devil fruit? Eren guessed. No, this is not the ability of the devil fruit. In simple terms, you didn't hit. How is it possible? I did cut you, the touch of the knife can't be wrong. The vibration of the knife did reach Eren, who did not believe that he had not been hit. What you just cut is the infinity between you and me. Gojo stretched out his right hand and gestured with his index finger and thumb. Come, I'll show you, and stretch out your hand. He spread his fingers and motioned to Eren, completely oblivious that they were now in a hostile relationship. If there is no killing intent, just try him. Thinking so, Eren stretched out his hand and slowly approached Gojo's hand until he could no longer get close. Obviously, there is still some distance, but it can no longer be close. Look, Gojo said. Not only Eren, but also others present were incredulous about this situation. Is this infinite? It's not so much a stop, it's supposed to be. The closer you get to me, the slower it gets. Gojo still patiently explained, as if teaching a student. Okay, let's continue our fight. Abominable, how could an inferior race have such an ability? If this infinity cannot be broken, then he will never be able to overcome the 5 realizations. Humans, who he regarded as inferior races, actually possessed this ability. That's impossible. Then I'll chop your infinite first, and then chop you to pieces. Brothers, come with me. Quote. Yes. After that, Along brandished a big knife and kept slashing at Gojo, and the members of the evil dragon pirate group also rushed up. Gojo still didn't dodge and let them rush over. Be careful. Nami silently watched Gojo's battle after taking Nokiko and the 2 children aside. She already knew that some of the 5 realizations were powerful, but she had no idea how strong they were. At this moment, she was very worried about Gojo. But this worry is unnecessary. The attack of the evil dragon pirate group could not break the infinity of Gojo. Their attacks, which weren't even gua sha, made Gojo feel bored. Then fight fast. Is that all you attacked? Then it's up to me. As soon as Gojo finished speaking, Eren and his men suddenly tensed their nerves. Boom, boom, boom. Quote. In just an instant, the crew of the evil dragon pirate group all flew out upside down, and there was no time to react at all. So fast. This was their last thought before flying upside down. Of course, this is also the thinking of others here. Especially Korlat and his men, they have experienced it firsthand. Kang. Gojo came directly to Along's side, stepped on Eren's chest, and mocked, "Is this the noble fish man? Why do you fall to the ground and wail? How miserable." Quote. You bastard. Eren's eyes widened and he coaxed angrily. How? Anger. Unwilling. Isn't that how you have been treating these villagers all along? It's just that you're the one who is trampled on now. Saying that, Gojo slowly increased his strength. Ah. Feeling the growing strength, Eren cried out in pain. Brother Along. Ba and other cadres looked at Along's miserable appearance and struggled to stand up, but they were injured too badly, and they would not be able to stand up for a while. Gojo didn't stop because of their shouting. Stop. Brother Along used to be a cadre of the Sun Pirates. If you kill him, Chiwuhai Jinping will not let you go. Quote. In order to save Along, Ba could only move Jinping out. It is hoped that Gojo will be intimidated by the name of Nanabuki Jinping. Gojo's eyes narrowed slightly. Nanabukai is very flat. He is a good person. I will recruit him into my spell pirate group when I have the opportunity. As long as you let us go, we won't let Chiwuhai Jinping trouble you. How about it? Seeing Gojo hesitate, Hachiho thought he was frightened. Not great. I still don't put it in my eyes. Standing before you is the strongest in the world. With that, He stomped on Aaron's chest. Brother Aaron. Damn humans. Gojo looked at Korit and said, tie these flies to me, they're not fish people. Sink me into the sea and feed the fish. Yes, my lord. The myth that the evil dragon pirate group is undefeated in this sea area, and Korit was very excited to see Gojo Gogo defeat the evil dragon pirate group alone, and immediately answered. Then he led his subordinates and tied up the pirates of the evil dragon pirates. Gojo walked up to Nami. I've helped you solve it. Tears ran down her cheeks, and Nami's mouth opened slightly, with 1,000 words, but only one word was spoken. For so long, Nami alone carried the burden of the entire Kokoja village. Every day, I risk being caught, or even killed, to steal money. As a girl, she took on too much. At this moment, she can finally unload the burden. Gojo looked at Nami, who was in tears, and gently rested her head on her body. From now on, Kokoja village will be my cover, don't worry. Because I'm the strongest in the world. Gojo grinned and promised. Thank you, Nami. Didn't know how strong the strongest in the world was, but she never had the peace of mind at the moment, and she believed he could do it. You're welcome. Who makes us friends? Quote. Nami's family. Gojo, Nami, Nokiko, and some elders of Kokoja village all gathered to celebrate the liberation of Kokoja village. Karat and his men are not there, and go to Aaronland. After a while, Korit came over and said in his ear, Lord Goku, according to the people of the evil dragon pirates, they robbed at least 80 million Baileys, but we only found more than 50 million Baileys. I'll go now, torture them to extract confessions, and ask the whereabouts of the rest of the money. No need, I know where the rest of the money is. You go and spread the news and say that the evil dragon pirates were defeated by the spell pirates, Aaron was killed, and the spell pirates also suffered heavy losses. Colonel Rat and Aaron are in cahoots, and Aaron is doing something wrong here. Of course, Colonel Rat can't deal with Aaron, but he can report it, and he chooses to accept the bribe. Since it was decided to protect the village of Kokoja, the cancer must be removed. Sir, this. Korlat was puzzled. Go ahead and do it. Yes. Gojo's request. Korit was a little puzzled, but seeing that Gojo was so resolute, he didn't ask more. Chapter 4. Ding. Gojo knew that the task was accomplished. The mission to kill Aaron is completed. The host gets a random reward. Is it open now? Open. Gojo is looking forward to the reward of the system. Congratulations to the host, Esters, who has successfully obtained the Crimson Eye. System. Can you still summon characters? Yes. Gojo guessed that the random reward of the system should not be bad, but I didn't expect it to be so powerful. Before crossing, Goku was a proper fan, and after watching Chop Kai, he knew that Estes could almost be said to be the ceiling of Chop Chi's combat effectiveness. Does the host summon Esters? Summon. A magic array engraved with strange incantations appeared on the ground, and the blue light gradually converged, finally turning into a human form. Estes summons success. Are you my captain? Estes asked. Although her inquiring attitude was very respectful, Gojo still felt a queenly aura. Well, my name is Gojo, and I'm the captain of the Spell Pirates. Esters, willing to serve the captain. Get on one knee and swear loyalty. It doesn't have to be so. From now on, we will be companions, and there is no need to kneel to me. With that, Gojo lifted Estes up. Yes, captain. My lord, it's not good, no. Korlat pushed open the door and rushed in, but when he saw Goku grabbing a woman's arm, his voice stopped abruptly. I'm sorry, my lord. Excuse me, you continue. As he spoke, he stepped back and closed the door. It seems that he misunderstood something and thought that Gojo was doing something. Come back. Gojo stopped him. What's going on? Sir, listen to my subordinates, a naval fleet is coming. Warship fleet, HMPH, when it comes to grabbing credit, it comes quite quickly. Gojo snorted coldly. Gojo originally asked Korit to spread the news that the dragon pirates had been annihilated in order to lure out Colonel Mouse. However, what I didn't expect was that he came so quickly. Since he is in a hurry to see God, fulfill him. Go, take me there. Korlat took Goku and Estes and walked towards the port of the village of Kokoja. At the port, Korlat's men were holding weapons and watching warily at the encircled navy. Some villagers in Kokoja also stood and watched from a distance. On the sea, 5 naval warships lined up and surrounded the port. On the warship in the middle, a naval colonel with a rat-like beard squinted and stood on the deck of the warship. Report, Colonel, the village of Kokoja has arrived. There are also some pirates with weapons guarding the port. A soldier prayed. I see. Colonel Rat walked forward. Villagers of Kokoja village, you have suffered. I received intelligence yesterday that there are pirate groups doing wrong here, so I immediately led the army to fight. You can rest assured that the righteous navy will definitely eliminate all pirates. Before the start of the war, Colonel Rat said this to the villagers. What a hypocritical justice. Don't come when Aaron is there, Aaron comes only after he is killed. It's a credit grab. The villagers whispered and were very dissatisfied with Colonel Mouse. Your justice came on time. It only appears when evil is destroyed. Gojo came to the port and said, Gojo, you're here. Nami, who was standing in the port, ran towards Gojo. They seem to be dealing with you. Don't worry, I'll be fine. With that, he walked forward. You're the leader of the Spell Pirates, right? It's me, that's right. The Spell Pirates are burning and looting in Kokoja village. I want to arrest you on behalf of the Navy, and you will be captured. If you have the ability, come and catch it. Gojo said indifferently. I don't know if I'm alive or dead. The soldiers obeyed the order and killed everyone in the Spell Pirates. Quote. Not surrendering, just what I want. Colonel Rat whispered in his heart. Because in this way, you can extinguish the Spell Pirate group, and by the way, take the credit for destroying the evil Dragon Pirate group together, and then the official Jinju will be a certainty. Suddenly, hundreds of naval soldiers rushed down from the warship. Karat, take everyone back. Karat has been doing well since he was subdued, and he shouldn't have made fearless sacrifices here. After all, my ship still needs them to drive. Gojo thought so. Yes, brothers, retreat with me. Korlat led the men back, leaving only Gojo and Esther's to face hundreds of navies. What a courage! Dare to charge us! Esther's eyes sharpened, and he slowly drew his sword. Shoot me! When all the Navy soldiers had disembarked, Colonel Rat ordered. Worthy of the Navy, it moves very quickly, unlike pirates. Hundreds of navies raised their guns and pointed them directly at Gojo and Esther's. Bang! 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 With a burst of gunfire, hundreds of bullets were fired at Gojo and Esther's. They did not show the slightest panic and watched the bullets come flatly. No lower limit technique. The next moment, the bullet stopped in front of Gojo. The bullet was stopped. Hundreds of naval soldiers looked at this incredible scene and showed expressions of amazement. How is it possible? Colonel Rat exclaimed. Oh, how can everyone react this way? Is this the exclusive reaction of weak chickens? Gojo looked at the Navy and Karat, who had almost reacted when they first saw Gojo use the infinity technique. Karat, Kolat's subordinates. Estes couldn't wait to rush over and carry out the massacre. Well, though, don't hurt their lives, just restrict their movements. Aha, can't you kill? Can't. Since you said it, then okay. No slaughter can be carried out, and Estes grumbles like a child who can't eat sugar. Frozen for thousands of miles. Estes swung his sword, and the ice quickly spread directly from Estes towards the Navy. In just an instant, the feet of hundreds of naval soldiers were frozen. Can't move. So cold. It's cold. Quote. The cold hit, and the Navy soldiers' hands with guns were shaking with cold. Shoot, shoot, shoot me. In the blink of an eye, his own soldiers were trapped, and Colonel Rat was very scared. At this moment, Colonel Rat had realized that the Spell Pirates were far more terrifying than the Dragon Pirates. But now he has no way back, and only ordering a shot can reduce his fears. I wanted to let them go, but I didn't say I wanted to let you go. Gojo jumped into the air and slowly raised his index finger. The terrifying spell frantically converged on the fingertips, exuding heart-palpitating fluctuations. Reverse technique. Hey! The moment the indifferent words fell, terrifying light burst out from the fingertips. Before Colonel Rat could react, he stormed the warship he was on. With a loud bang, the huge energy formed a huge explosion. In just a split second, Colonel Rat and the warship were wiped out, leaving a large pit, and the seawater next to it continued to pour into the pit. The whole sea began to roll violently. At this moment, those who witnessed this terrifying power, whether it was Nami, the navy, court, or the villagers of Kokoja village, were all stunned and speechless for a long time. At this time, only Esther's was able to remain calm. She knew that Captain Gojo was powerful, and this level of attack was just the tip of the iceberg. The rest of you, if you don't want to end up like this, get out. Remember to report my name well, spell pirates, Captain Gojo. Quote. Chapter 5. A month later, the waters of Alabaston. Alas, how is it not yet here? After sailing at sea for so long, Gojo was a little irritable, wearing an eye patch, lying on the Taishi chair and grumbling. I didn't trick little Nami girl into the boat at that time, and now I still think about it. Estes held his sword in his arms, leaned against the boat, and quipped. Am I calling that a lie? I sincerely invite you. Quote. Aha, it's an invitation. I mean really, I know. I invited Nami to her because I admired her talent, you say. Karat. Quote. Oh, Go-sama, I'll go see if I've reached the shore. You guys talk. Quote. There are big guys on both sides, and Karat, who has seen their combat effectiveness, does not dare to offend. Find an excuse and slip away. Alabaston, in a dimly dark chamber. Sir, the main members of the Spell Pirates group are Captain Gojo and Esther's. In addition, there are some subordinates. These subordinates are just ordinary pirates who have been adopted. There is no threat, and the really powerful ones are Captain Gojo and Esther's. According to reliable sources, Captain Gojo is able to use a special shockwave attack that can easily destroy warships, and Esther's can use the ability of ice to freeze people in an instant. They are now being rewarded by the Navy for 55 million and 50 million, respectively. Klokdar listened to the report of his subordinates, frowned slightly, and said, the hateful Navy actually pushed me the trouble. Quote. When the Navy headquarters learned that the Spell Pirates were going to pass through Alabaston, it decided to let Klokdar, who is a 7-warrior sea, solve it. Klokdar then sent his men to investigate the intelligence of the Spell Pirates. It seems that the Spell Pirate group is a little tricky, but it is only a little tricky. Uncle Ben is a 7 Martial Sea. If he can't even destroy the pirate group that came out of the weakest sea, don't mess around. If the strength is strong enough, it will be accepted as a subordinate. Miss. All Sunday, you take Mr. 1 and get them back for me. Try to catch alive, I want them to join the Baroque Work Society. Yes, my president. At this time, Robin's voice came from the darkness behind Klokdar. Goku-sama, where are we going? Korlat asked next to Gojo. Go find my men. Adult, who is it that wants the adult to come and find it in person? Nanabukai, Klokdar. Nanabu Hake Klokdar. He turned out to be your subordinate. Not now, but soon. Not now, so are you. Korlat listened to Gojo's words and had an incredible guess. Lord Goku, that's the 7 Martial Sea, and only pirates who are strong enough to intimidate everyone are eligible to be selected as the 7 Martial Sea. They are not easy to accept. Gojo did not reply to Korat's words, but stopped and said. He has followed us since we disembarked, and has not shown up yet. I'm busy. I don't have time to play hide and seek with you. Quote. Someone is following. Korlat immediately became alert and drew his sword. It's worthy of being the president's favorite, and he actually detected my tracking from the beginning. A tall figure came out from behind. Nothing, it's just that you're too weak. Mr. 1. Looking at it like this, he should be Mr. 1 who ate the chopped fruit, and his president should be Klokdar. It's really easy to find no place to step on iron shoes, and it takes no effort to get it. There is another person. Do you want me to personally invite out? Where else is there? Is it enough to deal with you and me alone? Come with me. Mr. 1 covered for Robin. It seems that she wants me to invite her personally. Esther's. Quote. Aren't you going to invite in person? Why let me come? Yes, I'll personally invite you, Gojo said scoundrelly. Esther's. Ice gun. Esther's was speechless, condensing an ice gun in his right hand and projecting it directly. Boom. A wall fell with a bang, and a slender figure jumped out. Mr. Gojo's invitation is really warm. Robin smiled, calm as if it wasn't her who had just been attacked. I have always been very welcoming to our guests. Gojo changed the subject and said, Did Klokdar let you come? Mr. 1's eyes were shocked. and Robin also shrank his pupils, without the calmness he had just now. The members of the Baroque Working Society have always been known by code names, and there are very few members who know the real name of the president, but the other party can easily call the president's name. He is not simple. Our president would like to invite you over. Forcibly calming himself, Mr. One said. Oh, I don't know how you're going to invite me over. Of course it's to get you over. As soon as the words fell, Mr. One rushed towards Gojo. The ability to slash the fruit is activated, and both hands turn into sharp blades and slash towards Gojo. The president said to catch them alive, but did not say that they could not be crippled. Slowly raising a finger, Gojo said indifferently. No lower limit technique. Oh, I only want to catch my slash with one finger, and the pirates who come out of the East China Sea really don't know the height of the sky. The sharp hand knife collided with the finger, but the imaginary scene of flesh and blood did not appear. Mr. One's hand knife stopped and could not inch. What? That's impossible. Mr. One's eyes widened and he was shocked. Even though he experienced it himself, he still couldn't believe it. If you want to arrest me, you actually sent only the two of you, and I was really flattened. The spell converges on the fingers and is released in an instant. The boom spell burst out, and the impact force generated directly ejected Mr. One. Poof. Mr. One hit the wall, blood flew out of his mouth, fell to the ground and passed out. What the? Robin's eyes showed shock again. She thought she knew quite well about Mr. One's strength. But in front of this man, he didn't even block a move. For Mr. One, Gojo did not kill him. After all, maybe he is his little brother's younger brother, and killing him is equivalent to weakening his own power. Do you still fight next? Miss Robin. Gojo instantly moved in front of Robin. Robin's beautiful eyes shrank suddenly, warily. No, it should be fearful to look at Gojo. The white-haired man in front of me actually knows my real name, then the identity of my demon son must also be known by him. If it is leaked, then the demon slaughter order will be. Thinking of this, Robin wrapped his arms around himself in fear, and his body trembled slightly. Gojo didn't expect Robin to be so frightened, and immediately said, "Don't be afraid, I won't reveal your identity, I'm here to find Clockdar. Can you please show me the way?" After a while, Robin calmed down and said, "Do you know why he arrested you?" "Why, he's going to capture you as his subordinate." "Oh, that's just right, I also came to talk to him about being a subordinate. Trouble you to lead the way." Looking at Gojo quietly, Robin couldn't see the truth of his words, so he turned and walked. Let's go. Quote, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.